I have some magic beauty tricks for you all today. We're going to talk about hair, skin, and makeup tips that I have done for years to literally shave 10 years off my face. You don't have to get plastic surgery. You don't have to go under the knife. We can do it with some simple hacks that literally erase years off of your face. So let's start first with the skincare hacks. The first thing I do is using a moisture sandwich to plump and hydrate the skin. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're like, a moisture sandwich? Really, Marlena? No, I'm going to show you. This is magic, you guys. Okay, let me put my headband on. I look so sexy. Okay, a moisture sandwich is after you wash your face, instead of just slathering on a crap ton of really heavy moisturizer, which is going to get thick and cakey, it may cause you to break out, but you still need moisture because as we age, we tend to get drier. So you're going to take either a hydrating toner and spray it or an essence. I like using an essence. This is the one by Haru Haru. I just think it's a really good one. So essences are very lightweight, liquidy moisturizers. You're going to put this on top and just rub it in. You're going to let that sit for a minute. Then you're going to layer it in the middle with a hydrating serum, any one that you like. It could be something that has a hyaluronic acid in there, any lipids, any peptides, whatever serum that you guys want. And you're just going to layer this in the middle, just like that. And again, let it sit for about 30 seconds to a minute. And then you're going to top it off with the top of the sandwich, which is your moisturizer. So you're going to put this on. Don't get too heavy of a moisturizer. You want a texture like this, because if you're going to layer all of these hydrating things, if you put too heavy of a moisturizer, it is going to be a lot. So you still want to do a lightweight kind of moisturizer, but layering it on top of that essence or a hydrating toner and then a serum, that's going to give you that moisture sandwich, which is going to lock in all of that hydration, and it's going to prevent transepidermal water loss, which tends to happen as we get older throughout the day. So having all of those layers really locking it in and absorbing into the skin is going to keep your skin from looking dry much longer. Skincare hack number 2 is I tighten and lift the skin using at-home devices. Now, incorporating a microcurrent device is something I have done for a year and a half, almost 2 years now, and I've seen incredible changes, you guys, in how tight my skin is, how snatched my jawline comes across. So I like using a device that really just tightens the skin. I'm going to do it on this side just so you all can see. I use this every single day, and it really has helped transform the elasticity of my skin. So microcurrent devices are meant to build collagen, they're helped to improve elastin, and they also target the muscles underneath and help them contract, which gets them to tighten and keeps your skin from sagging quite as much. So I'm gonna do one side just so you all can see. I like really working that jawline because as I've gotten older, right here in my face, I've noticed has started to come down, even the outer part of my lips. So I really focus on those areas, and I spend just literally 2 minutes a night, you guys, using this device, and I've noticed a huge difference. Look at this side compared to this side. You see how it's still sagging a little bit more? So every day that I use this, I see improvement more and more and more until my jawline, I feel, is much tighter than it was even a couple years ago. It is life-changing. So if you have not used a microcurrent device in your skincare routine, I'm telling you, try it. Thank me later. Hack number 3 is I exfoliate my skin regularly to reveal natural radiant skin. Now, exfoliation is something I've talked about in every single skincare video I do. I'm 45, you guys, I do not play when it comes to exfoliation. Most people, as we get older, think that if your skin is dry, that you just need hydration. You do, but you have to have exfoliation to get rid of those dead skin cells and exfoliate the skin. So when you put that really hydrating moisturizer on top, it's actually going to absorb into the skin a lot better. So there's a couple ways you can go about this. You can do a physical exfoliant like this. That's kind of a powder that you can pour in your hand, mix a little bit of water, spread it all over the skin after you wash it, then you rinse it, then you put your serums and moisturizers on top. I like to use a physical exfoliant 1, maybe 2 times a week just to slough off any dead skin cells that are sitting on top of my skin. If I notice my skin is extra dry, then I'll do it an extra time. And then 2 to 3 times a week, I like using a liquid exfoliant, something like a glycolic acid toner, lactic acid, mandelic acid. There's even toners that have AHA or BHA, some sort of acid that is going to get rid of the junk out of your pores. It's going to exfoliate your skin. It's going to help with hyperpigmentation, skin texture. There's so many benefits to you all. If you are not using some sort of exfoliant, it doesn't matter how much moisturizer you're putting on, your skin is still going to look dull and flat. This really helps to brighten the skin, even and out. So many benefits to that. So you all do research on what type of acid that you like. My personal favorite is glycolic acid. Sometimes I'll rotate and use a serum that has lactic acid. So you can do that as well. Serum serums, physical exfoliators, liquid ones, whatever you all choose, just make sure at least 2 or 3 times a week, exfoliate your skin with a liquid or a serum. And then once a week, do a physical exfoliation just to get that dead skin cells off. Your moisturizer is going to absorb a lot more and give you a more youthful looking skin. Now let's talk about the hair care hacks. I do a moisture sandwich for my hair as well as I do with my skin to keep it soft and shiny. Okay, so the same moisture sandwich that I do for my skin, I also do for my hair. I always 1 to 2 times a week use a really strong hair mask just on the ends of my hair because as you guys can see, I have extensions and it can get really dry on the end. So I have to use a hair mask 1 to 2 times a week. I just wash my hair, put the hair mask in, let it sit for a good 5 to 10 minutes while I do the rest of my shower routine, rinse it off, and then come out. Then the second part of the sandwich I use is a hair oil. I want something that's lightweight and hydrating. I just put a few pumps on my hand and I run it on the ends of my hair, and this really keeps it hydrated. It gives it nice shine, makes it look more youthful because it's shiny and soft. I just focus on the ends of my hair like this, and then with what's left, then I'll start to come up here, but I don't touch the roots of my hair because I don't want it to get too flat up there. I want just the ends of my hair. And then the top part of our sandwich, then I go in with a heat protectant cream, or you can do a spray, whatever that you guys want. I just want a good heat protectant on top. So when I blow dry my hair, it just stays nice and soft. So I'm gonna do a cream like this. And this also adds extra moisture too, because the oil definitely helps give it softness and shine, but the cream on top really just locks it in. Do you see how much softer my hair is now versus what it was a few minutes ago? Hack number 5, to get lots of volume in my hair, I lift the roots using a high quality blow dryer. Then if your hair still feels dry, I really recommend try to use tools that aren't heavy on the high heat, because having a high heat, especially for a blow dryer, is gonna dry out your hair. It's gonna cause breakage. It's gonna damage the hair. So every time I wash my hair, let it air dry for a good 30 minutes. Then I'll go in with a blow dryer, and I use a really high quality one that doesn't have high heat like the Lathan one. I've talked about this one several times before. I've been using this hair dryer for a long time, and no, I don't like it just because it's pink, even though it's very cute. But this is an amazing hair dryer because it has settings on here that you can do cold air, warm air, but then you have a rotating, so it rotates through hot and cold air. All you have to do is turn on the blow dryer, press this button, and you see it's on cold right now. You see how it's changing colors? That's rotating through hot and cold air. You can hit it then to do warm. I like this hairdryer a lot because it uses more of strong airflow, like it is very strong. Everyone in the family uses this. I use this on my daughter to blow dry her hair, mine, even the dogs get the treatment with this hairdryer. It works so well, so everyone in the family uses it, but it has a really strong airflow, and that's what's gonna dry my hair versus high heat, which is going to damage it. So I like taking the hairdryer and a round brush, and I'll come in at the roots, and this is how I'll really lift the roots here, is I'll take the round brush like this, turn it on a cycle that is hot and cold, so it's not just hot. Do you see how much volume I'm getting in the hair there? Because I'm using such a strong airflow, and I'm lifting the roots up, and then I'm blow drying it here to kind of get it off of my head. And that gives me that volume that I want that has a more youthful appearance. Same thing at the roots in the back here. I'll take that section. Blow dry it here. I'll come back here and blow dry it. Do you see how much more volume it gets? Now we're gonna put some Velcro rollers in and use a cool setting. Now to get more volume in here, I'm gonna use some Velcro rollers, and I'm gonna use the cool setting on the Lathan blow dryer. I take a section of my hair here at the crown, and I have 2 different Velcro rollers that I always use. I'm just gonna roll this up, put a pin in it, and then I have a little bit bigger Velcro roller that I'm gonna do on this section right here. Blow dry it first with the hot and cold cycle setting, just like that. Okay, Velcro rollers are in just on the crown. Then I'm gonna change it to the cold setting, where it's blue right here. And I'm just going to blow dry it cold. Then I just take a flat paddle brush, and I'm gonna blow dry the rest of my hair while this part sits. So last thing I do is I just do one last blast on my roots. I just pull them up like this. And look at all of that volume that it got in the roots. So my hair is super, super fine. So for me to get even this volume here is miraculous, you guys. So I love using this Leifin hair dryer. They are a sponsor for today's video, which I'm so grateful for because I've been using this for a long time. They come in lots of fun colors. It's a great way to blow dry your hair without damaging it with high heat. It works amazing. I've been using it for a long time. So if you want to get 25% off of this hair dryer, just check out the description box below. So thank you so much, Leifin, for sponsoring today's video. Now let's talk about the makeup hacks. This is the most important one. It has to do with the brows. I define and lift my brows to open my eyes and make them look more awake and youthful. Now, when it comes to makeup, brows, lashes, and lips, those are the first areas that make us look older. A lot of people think it's the skin, which it could be, but honestly, brows does it every single time. I like to personally make my brows a little bit fuller. I have a whole video on that. I'll link to below for you all. But the number one mistake I see as we get older is that our brows are too thin for one. So you really want to fill them in. And if you're able to arch them just slightly, do that. Nothing too far from what your natural shape is. And then make sure that you fill any bald spots. Like for me, you all, I always get some bald spots in here. So I take a brow pencil like this and I do some hair strokes, but I space it out so it looks like actual hairs and not filled in. And then I always like to put a bit more brow pencil here on the arch. I go above the arch. If you want to arch it more, you've got to go up here. If you try to arch it under here, it's going to flatten it. You want to go on top. So I like to fill under here and then for the arch and the tail on top. And that's going to lift the brows out here. And you want to make sure that your tail doesn't come down too far because that can make the eyes look heavy as well. So you want to stop the tail right at the edge of if the nose was to hit the edge of the eyes, just like that. Don't come out any further than that. And if you want to lift the outer eye as well, you can even bring the tail of the brow up a little bit higher and fill it in up here. Anything on top on the outer half is going to lift the eyes. And then lastly, make sure if you have graying hair, I get this question all the time, is what color do I use, Marlena? My hair used to be dark brown, but now it's very salt and pepper. Go for an ashy brown color. I love Senna Cosmetics brow pencils. They are hands down one of the best ones. Something like this. Do you see how it's a medium brown, but it's not orange? That's going to give it away and look very dated and make you look older. If it's not, it has to be kind of a taupey brown. Hairs naturally have a little bit of a green underbase of this. I learned this at school in Paris many, many years ago. So if you have something that's more taupey brown like this in a medium brown, not too dark, that's going to be the most flattering color if you have salt and pepper hair. Hack number 7 is I add small clusters of lashes to define my eyes and make my lashes look a lot thicker. Now, the other thing that dramatically ages us, you all, is our lashes get thinner. As we get older, they tend to get shorter, thinner, more sparse. So I'm a huge advocate of doing little cluster lashes. I know what you all are thinking. You're like, Marlena, I don't have time for lashes. I do not have the patience. I don't have the skill set. You guys, these are so easy. I do these all the time and it literally takes 10 seconds. So I get this brand called Winks. They're by Ardell. You can get them at their drugstore. You can get them in Ulta. Comes with these little tweezers. They're pre-glued. So you can pull out, they have different sizes, 14, 12, and 10 millimeter. I take the 14 and put this on the outer lash. You're just gonna grab them with this, put them under the lash. And I know a lot of you guys are like, I can't do that. Watch how easy this is. It takes just a couple tries, just a little practice. And I swear once you get it down after the first time, so easy. You're just gonna line it up with the lash line there. Place it, take your finger or the tip of the tweezers and press it down. I'm gonna do the same thing. Now I'm gonna go in with the middle one, the 12 millimeter. This is the medium length one. We're only gonna do 3 per eye, that's it. But wait till you guys see the difference of how much fuller my lashes look and it just shaves years off of my face. Okay, 12 millimeter, put it right next to it, just slap it on, turn the tweezer around, press it. Now go in with the top row, the 10 millimeter. Go in a little bit more right next to it. Set it on, turn the tweezers around, press it. And then if you want, make sure that these are clean. You can always just kind of clamp them down to make sure that they stay. And look at that, you guys. It takes 30 seconds to do that. And look at how much fuller my lashes look. It looks defined, but it looks real. It looks like I just have nice, thick lashes. And look how much it just defines my eyes and makes them look more awake. Hack number 8 is I strategically line my lips to help them look full and plump. Now, lips is the other place that is definitely gonna give our age away because as we get older, our lips tend to get smaller, they get more fine lines and things like that. So lining them is critical. In my 20s and 30s, I used to be able to get away with not lining them at all. Now I have to. It is critical, but I'm going to show you how to do it. So you are going to take a kind of taupey brown color. You guys know I love Makeup Forever Wearable Walnut. It is my go-to lip liner for every occasion. You're going to line the lip, start with the Cupid's bow, and just line about right there. We're not going to go all the way around. Because what happens when you come all the way around and you start to come down, it can pull the lips down a little bit. If you want to do the outer edge and you feel like you really need that definition, come a little bit higher. But what I like to do is really just focus on the Cupid's bow to try to make this part look fuller. And then with the bottom, some people do it different ways. I like to line the outer edge like this and the outer edge like that. Just a tiny little line right there. And that's gonna make this look fuller, but define this and kind of lift this up a bit. So right here, and then outer edge, just one little line like that, just to add some definition. And then you really have to put lip gloss on, you all. If I don't care what the trend is, I don't care what's going on, lip gloss, hands down, will always make your lips look fuller, more youthful. It'll add that shine. Look how much fuller my lips look. It's very forgiving if you have fine lines on your lips because it sits on top. So it's not gonna settle in and emphasize fine lines. So I'm a huge advocate of gloss, especially if you're wearing a light color, to really just make those lips look fuller. Look how pretty that is. Took 10 years off and you didn't have to spend money on surgery or go under the knife. Let me know in the comments what hacks you all do to keep yourself aging as gracefully as possible. I'd love to try what you have to recommend as well. So come back next week for another makeup video. Stay happy and healthy like always, and I'll speak to you soon.